Can you share an experience you have had that exhibits strengths you will bring to the teaching profession?
Yeah, definitely. So I was in my Clinical 1 class last year, and I had to teach a lesson on my personal instrument, the upright bass. And as I was teaching this lesson, I kept manipulating the lesson just little bits, noticing how every group reacted slightly differently, and it was my option to learn. And so initially, I kept the instrument up front, and whenever all the kids came and they were so distracted by it, I realized very quickly it was becoming a behavior management issue. So the next time around, I kept the instrument in the back and brought it out in sort of grandiose fashion. And the students really, really came to it. And that worked great for that lesson. And I felt like that sort of adaptation is one of the things that makes me a good teacher and a good professional. But as well, there was at one point a behavior management issue. The issue was that I had a student who kept talking. And so at a certain point I said, this is a very important opportunity for everyone to learn about something. And because you're talking right now, you're taking away from everyone's happiness. And immediately the student, realized what he was doing. He realized what he was doing to all of his classmates, and he saw for himself that he has to be slightly more mature. He has to be more mature than he was being in that moment. And that completely resolved the issue. And that was with that particular student. So I think that my two big things that I'm very adept at are adaptation and behavior management.
How can you be an asset to a school environment? How can you grow from being in a teaching position?
One of the reasons I also want to be an educator is because I feel like I have the ability to build a community of people. And I also believe that music is one of the best ways to create and foster a community of people. Whenever I go into the education field, I want to create a supportive network of people who are willing to make mistakes and that trust one another. I want to bridge gaps between people in school students, school professionals, and people of higher education even. I want to have those opportunities where maybe I have a children's choir and I bring in several musicians from a college to play, or I take students to go see a professional ballet, or I have the option to develop a community of people that feel supported and welcomed. And this to me is very important because I feel as though people do not need to live in isolation. People don't need to be separate from one another. There needs to be a supportive foundation for every person, and that everyone fits into that framework somewhere. And for me, it makes me grow as a person because I get to see and I get to reap all these rewards. I get to be part of that community, and I get to see all that joy that comes from that. Thank you.
Thank you.